So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Daniels going to throw to get us started. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go, shot.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Oh, he got some air under this one, deep down the middle. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Sidney Brown makes the play. And the Eagles take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. On the move, headed right. Now here he goes. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Go Silver, ready?
1st down throwing for Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Caught by Marshall. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
They'll motion Smith left. 2nd and 10 now. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Hurts setting up to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
King, Phil King, Phil King.
Hurts. Forced out to his right. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But Kate, the good news, you've got 2 more downs to try to find a first.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Third. 73.
Hurts throwing again. Chased out to his right. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Hurts to throw. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a fourth down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. And as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this kick gets past the 20. It's going to reach the 18-yard line before it's touchdown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Check, Bobcat, check, go!
Running this one left. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Okay, ready?
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. They motion the tight end over. Going to the ground again on first. And he's only going to get 2. One.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Ready? Check, go!
Shotgun snap to Daniels. That one's complete, right side. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here we go, here we go! Go!
On first down, here's Daniels. Completed to his running back. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They bring McLaurin in motion right. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. 4th down, here's Daniels. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
70 range. Ready.
3rd and short, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Commanders ball as we get back for the 2nd, and they're thinking points.
Here we go, Shaq. Street. Riggs. Street. Check go.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Go.
Now Daniels off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. And they will score! Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders get the game's first points here in the 2nd. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him. which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. Brought in right side. And this one doesn't go far.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hurts looking to throw. Pass taken in by Marshall. There he goes, right sideline. He does it, touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles start to fight back with their first points of this game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Has this at the 6. Not a good return. They bring him down just beyond the 10. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Buys time, rolling right. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Back to throw, here's Daniels. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Check smash, check smash. Chop 60, chop 60.
From the gun, it's Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Now it's Terry McLaurin on the target. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Check go.
Throwing now, Daniels. Hits his running back. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
He's got it near the 10. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 2nd quarter lead. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Point after up and good by McPherson. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Set. Great.
Mitchell up the middle. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. But they'll take that every single time.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
63.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time.
You know, that's exactly how a defense should adapt as the play progresses. They blanketed everybody in coverage, but still kept all eyes on the quarterback to keep him from breaking containment. He got out for no gain, but that feels like a sack for those defenders.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Eagles driving ahead. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Great.
Hurts now from the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Braden Mann on the punt. And this one's going to approach the 10, but looks like it's down right at the 13-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
70 Lions. Ready. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Here's Daniels. Finds his back complete. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
70.
From the 21. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out of bounds, just short of the 35. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Running it now out of the gun. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Track him 60.
Daniels on 1st down. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
That's simply a difficult tightrope walk to stay in bounds on a catch that far downfield. What an effort. Just too difficult a play to make.
Set. Viking 18. Cowboy 80. Ready.
A give now from the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Ready. Check up.
To throw, Daniels. He's got it inside the 25. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Olave with the catch. And he gets this forward to the 19. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second down now, 7 to go.
Come on. Set. Ready.
From the 19. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings them to third down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. Evan McPherson lining up the field goal try. This 42 yards from the right hash. Butker knocks it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return starts at the 3. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
Hey, 73.
Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break.
No contact. Hey. Crowd left, get it.
Throwing it just before halftime. Taking a shot deep down the field it goes. And it is intercepted, but he couldn't stay in bounds. Ooh, offense catches a break there. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey. 73. 73. No contact.
Throwing here, Hurts. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Mitchell takes it straight ahead. Great run here. He's across the 35. And he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Here's Mitchell again. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 31. Complete out to the right side. And that's good for a gain of 5. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. We felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. On the move, headed right. This finds Mitchell, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for an Eagles first down. From the red zone now. Getting out to his left. He's on the move. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. Boy, there was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he still found his man.
Yeah, you don't really recommend challenging double coverage in the end zone in this league, but when you give your receiver a chance in that spot, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust that your guys are better than the ones surrounding him, and he'll go make that play anyway.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Let's go.
Daniels from the pistol. He beams one deep right side. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And it sets up 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
They send a man in motion. 2nd down and 10. Daniels. He's trying another one deep. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
19 Lions. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers, it's awesome with tight ends, but when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop. Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. The give now to Mitchell. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down. Hurts. He has the 1st over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one hits for 30. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
1st down throwing for Hurts. Throwing deep for the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone.
Red zone defense, it is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away, that is a gold star effort by the defense.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, shot. Go.
Throwing now, Daniels. The screen pass falls incomplete. Just got a hand up on that to break it up. And now it's 2nd down.
Man, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Go.
Putting the tight end in motion. On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
Check.
Slot man motioned over. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Only one quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the third. It's the Commanders' ball, a chance at a win if they can hang on to their lead through the fourth. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Ready? Hut, hut.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. It's a gain of 7, and that brings up second and goal.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. Running for it again. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal.
Shut up. Hut.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Handoff here to Mitchell. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Halfway there on first down. That brings up second and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's second and 5. Hurts now from the gun. Catch made by Mitchell. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up third and 8. Now Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
On first down, Hurts. Completed to his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Hits his running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Just short on 3rd down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on 4th?
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Hey, Silver.
He's back to throw. He connects downfield on 4. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And the 4th down call pays off as they'll move the chains. Back to throw, Hurts. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal.
Miami.
Mitchell will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Here he is to throw. Flush down now to his left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles find a way to tie it late. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. His third total score in this game. So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive, Brock. A field goal wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They do have some time left on the clock, and remember, all they're going to need is a field goal to go out and steal this one in the end.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
That's an incredible sack, Kate, from them. It does more than just back them up a mile on 2nd down. There's an immediate sense of desperation that comes from an offense. You can just feel it as a quarterback in the huddle. When you take a sack like that, now they got to dig themselves out of this hole.
This is hauled in by McLaurin. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. A modest amount of time left, Brock, but crucially, no timeouts for him. It's 1st down. Setting up to pass. Trying to push it deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Caught, nice gain left side. He's still going at the 30. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left, and after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. So now it'll all come down to the foot of Evan McPherson. This one from an even 40 yards out. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running back sent in motion. One final shot here. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line.